Hi everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for tuning in and viewing this video. It's been very disturbing. Everything that's been happening, is happening, was happening, continues to happen, and I really want to speak on it. It's all right, here it is. This situation about being a person of color needs to definitely be discussed, especially now that there is like a situation happening in America per se with this, I don't want to say racism. I believe more than anything a greater part of it could be ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I'm not putting anyone down. I'm not saying ignorance is a bad thing. Ignorance is being void from knowledge of something. And I prayed on it yesterday. I really took some time to reflect on what happened yesterday. My entire day was consumed with this issue with Roseanne. I hate that I spent so much time with such a dialogue of drama. Like, that is not my style. Yesterday was amazing. Like, I had some great news and I was so excited. It was the first day, like my fabulous life. I was like, okay, this is it. This is going to be the first day of the rest of my life and the first fabulous day. And then all of a sudden, I was bombarded with a lot of bad energy, drama, racism, blatant racism. It was just out there, like rampant, crazy. I couldn't believe it. Like, this situation with Roseanne is just, it's acceptable for her. Not acceptable, it's expected, I should say. It's expected for her, for her mindset. And it was just something that was just so predictable as far as putting her on TV again. That's just how she is. She goes off like Trump, like on a whim, without thinking about the repercussions or without even caring about them. One may or may not apologize. The other one may not or may not apologize. Needless to say, it was expected for her to rip off and go off at the mouth. And it was expected of Trump to not say anything of anything she does, of course, but it was just expected. It was not expected for the entire cast to lose their job. That was detrimental. Like, the entire cast, backstage, or whatever happens. Okay, this is not a liberal thing. Okay, when you say people of color, black people, your boss is black. If you say anything about black people associating that with monkeys, hello, that's inexcusable. And just for your information, Roseanne herself knows what she said is racist. Everybody, the whole Make America Great Again, people that support Roseanne saying this and say they stand with Roseanne, remember, Roseanne doesn't stand with Roseanne, as somebody mentioned. Roseanne says herself, do not defend me. She knows what she did. She knew everything behind her story. She's old enough to know where that derived from. And if you're a younger person, especially if you're a person that, like I said, if you're non-college educated or if you didn't take the class, there is a reason behind associating black people with monkeys, okay? I get it. Evolution, we all come from monkeys. White people, someone said, like, she may be Caucasian. She's like, I look kind of like this monkey. And then they're like, oh, this monkey looks like this monkey. And then they compare, like, a costume, a movie, to saying they look just alike. I look like a chimpanzee. Really? This is not what it's all about. And I hate to go off on a tangent, but it's not as simple as looks like and saying it's not racist because it looks like, and oh, we're saying that Trump looks like this, is that racist? Don't compare the two, okay? Looking like a monkey has nothing to do with where the whole theory or the whole issue, the whole sentence, the statement comes from saying that not even African Americans, that people that are black, Africans, comparing them to monkeys is basically bringing it back down to primitive times. They're saying we look the closest to monkeys, so we are on the lower end of evolution. Let's just say people that are Caucasian don't look as similar to the monkeys, apes, chimpanzees, whatever. They don't look as close in evolution to them as we do. And it's to also say, like, Africa has an abundance of monkeys, and I don't want to say this, like, I don't know how to word it correctly, but they're basically saying, like, black people in Africa, monkeys, like, they're just, like, compiling us all together as one, and not as far up on the evolution scale as maybe a Caucasian person, because we don't, typically look alike. I mean, as we begin to mix more, we tend to look different, like whether it's light skin, brown skin, whatever it is. Over time, we tend to change in complexion, but it's a lot deeper than the whole monkey evolution thing. Okay, I mean, I know situations such as truly going into evolution, as far as the nose, how, not even evolution, it's just how a human being or how a person's body is made. Our nose may be wider because of the heat, and we could take in air better. How do I say this? Like, it's wide and short, the nostrils, because it's warm. And in Africa, it's warm, so that's why our face is made up like that. And in colder places, the further out in the climate is, the person's nose is straighter and longer, so the air would warm up as it goes. And it sounds weird, but in a whole evolution, how it was explained to me, that is why a white person's nose is longer and straighter, and people that may be in Africa and hotter climates, their noses are wider to take in the air. And it's our body adapting, I guess, to the area. Our body does adapt and it changes, but evolution, however Darwin wants to put it, saying it's evolution, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the whole keeping us down with monkey and evolution. It basically puts us down on the level of evolution as compared with Caucasians that may feel superior with it just kind of confirms to them that they are superior, as they are not as close to the whole monkey stage. Okay, I'm just trying to bring it down as simple as possible, and I hate if this insults anyone, but this is why comparing a black person to a monkey is the theology. Theoretically, it's basically way back years ago, something that was derived from that concept. It has nothing to do with the person looks like a monkey. So what? The person that got into that discussion with me yesterday, I said she was racist, and that was incorrect. That was wrong of me to say. I'll say it right now. It may not have been a racist statement. It may not have been racist for her to say that, because as far as her mind sees, she showed me pictures and pictures of people that compared, a white person to this monkey, and she went above and beyond, showing pictures like, this is what I see, this person looks like this, so this is all. And that's as far as her mindset went. And I didn't think about it. Like, her mind is very simple, and I should have went down a notch and not accused her of being racist. She said she's brown, she has black friends. I know everyone says, oh, I'm not racist, I have black friends, so that makes it okay. So when I thought about it all night, I said, you know what? This woman was probably not racist. She was making a point. This person looks like an ape or a monkey. Anyway, where I'm going with this is way back, or bring it back to me, because it always has to come back to me. I'm just kidding. All right. I am a person, as you can see, I have freckles. Put it straight out there. I have freckles. And many people do not understand freckles, I should say, the concept of freckles. Let's not even bring in the concept of black with freckles, but my kind of freckles, especially how they're a bit darker, it's very difficult for many people to grasp. And when I say many people, I would say people that are not cultured. I wouldn't say educated, but basically cultured and used to it. I wouldn't just say black people because, of course, like as Asian people, and I mean, with my experience as far as the people that have made comments on my freckles, I'm saying people that are not cultured, that are not used to this, make comments. And not to say that any people are smarter than the other, but I do know, I do have some kind of reservation because children that are black particularly, I could tell that maybe a little bit more cultured, aware, educated, or just a little bit in tune with things in life. Sometimes, like if I go up to some people and they're acting, I don't know if it's ghetto or the kids are loud or just all over the place, I pretty much know this child is going to scream and say, "Ew, what's that on her face?" Okay? From experience. Or maybe it's also just getting it in my head, saying this child is going to say something. And with the law of attraction, you say they're going to say something, and they say it. But at the same time, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Some children, especially children that are in areas that they have never seen people that look like me, are going to say because children are curious, and it's not their fault. I've come to the point where I'm comfortable with looking like this, and I anticipate if a child says, "Ew, what's that on her face?" I smile and I say, I explain their freckles, depending on their level. I even say they're kisses from God. Okay? You have to not, and I've seen, it's come to a point where I see these situations and some parents just like hit their children. And they're like, they hit them before they even tell them the answer. Children are curious people, and you have to say, when they ask a question, give them an answer. I've had children would smile at me and say curious, and I smile back, and we have some kind of understanding that it's time to have a dialogue. Basically, I'm not an angry person. If a child has to ask a question, I answer them. If I smile, they come back from their whole reservation because they're scared of me. Okay, I get it. I have a face that's very one to grow on. You have to have like a taste. What is it? Like an acquired taste for this face. Okay, you either love it, you hate it. You get to the point where you can like it. It's something that has grown on me. So needless to say, it's come to a point where we need to talk to people and not assume that they're being mean. Because when children say, what's that on your face? What's that, Mommy, what's that on her face? I used to say, oh my God, those kids are being mean. And the parent would hit the child. And the child wouldn't know what happened. Like, they were just asking a question. So with that woman yesterday that showed so many pictures and tried to justify the rationale behind why it's not an insult to say black people look like monkeys, and why so many people are saying, I stand with Roseanne because all she said was she looks like a monkey. People, if you're not knowledgeable and people are telling you that is a racist statement, sit back and listen to why they're saying that. Okay, Roseanne knows she was making a racist statement. She is old enough to know where those statements came from and why saying such a thing is wrong. You could lose your job for that. That's basically admitting you're like a KKK or admitting you want to lynch somebody or whatever it is. That's equivalent to that, So losing her job is not something to say could be compared with like Jimmy Kimmel or whatever making jokes. No. okay? Racism, especially the kind of racism that we have gone through and we are trying to get past, if you bring it up, it's just inexcusable. Those are just things we do not say. Okay, this is a hurtful time in our past, and we cannot bring it back. Okay, that is not making America great again. Okay, it is not making America great again. Please, we may say what you think. You may think we are saying the N-word for one. Some people may say it correctly. Like when black people say it, you know, we say it, or I don't say it, but it's N-I-G-G-A, not E-R. Okay, that's one thing. Like when it's being said as nigga, it's basically like a home girl, homeboy, whatever thing. A home, you know, it's like a homie slang. They've taken it back and reclaimed it as their own. Some people just like, it's an empowering thing for them to use it. I don't know. It's just become slang. I think it's inexcusable, disgusting. But at the same time, black people could call black people that. White people can't call black people that. It's just the way it is. You know, black people could call, well, white people could call white people monkeys. Or everybody could call everybody monkeys, but don't call black people monkeys. It's just things you cannot do. And accept it, okay? You're privileged. You have the right to do anything else in the world. But saying nigger, yes, I said it, N-I-G-G-E-R, not N-I-G-G-A or whatever, N-I-G-G-E-R, which is an ignorant person is what the word stands for. And, you know, if you go to where it really comes from with slavery and all that, you don't want us to get into that. But basically, those are two things that should not come up again. I can't really think of all the others because, you know, my memory is trash and I have some stuff to do. I just really wanted to say to that woman, you are the first person I have unfriended, and, well, I have started unfriending people because I cannot go past 5,000 friends. I made that announcement. I do not like to unfriend. I like to listen to everybody's views and take everything into consideration. And yesterday was the first time I went against my habit and unfriended, and that was so wrong. When I thought of it, and I said, I mean, I don't need to have negativity on my wall. I get it. I don't want to unfriend people. I get it. When people unfriend me, I get it. You don't need drama in your life. You need to rid yourself of that. I get it. But in this situation, she may have not been racist. There is a bandwagon that people are on, whether it's the Trump effect or, you know, this bandwagon is getting very ugly, and it's disturbing. It's literally disturbing. I'm in Georgia, and I'm a little fearful sometimes, and I'm not fearful to say like I'm scared of white people, or I'm scared to voice my opinion maybe, or to feel. I think people may have some reservations nowadays that the racism is coming to the surface, or they're feeling it's okay to be racist because when the leader is racist, you can follow the leader. I mean, he's going to say, do as I say, not as I do. Okay? There's a lot of things that's becoming okay. People are really being racist to my face. Oh yeah, by the way, I spoke about that woman a long time ago that I sat in the room with in Norcross, in her living room, having a discussion, and she saw somebody black at the window. She saw a young man walking across the street with his hand in his pocket, and that made her get up from conversation, run to the window, and said, he looks like he's up to something. And okay, she said a lot of other things after that, as far as, you know, her and the people in Norcross, they fought against getting buses to come to Norcross because that'll bring black people and, you know, it brings whatever. I get it. That's what happens in Georgia or wherever. I get it. And I did not speak up. My advocacy failed again. I didn't speak up because I was vulnerable. I was living in her house. Okay? I was vulnerable. I think I was I don't want to say she thought I was white or she accepted me as being a different kind of black, or maybe she couldn't see me. I don't know. I was really uncomfortable. I moved out right after, but living there, knowing that she has reservations was difficult. She had a gun. She's, it was hard. It was incredibly hard. She was a strong, I don't even want to, she was basically the other side of what I'm used to as far as, her gun rights, against people of color. She just had a lot of racist things come out of her, and I got out of there really fast. Like, I got out of that house quickly because the neighborhood, like I said, when I was walking in the neighborhood, people were following me, people were looking at me. It's very scary to be black in America, to look not so black or to look different. It's all very scary, and I cannot wait till our population is brown, mixed, more enlightened, more educated. Everybody go to college, go get some education, listen to people when they're talking. Don't be closed-minded. Don't let this Trump effect take any more weight in this country, because we're supposed to be moving forward. I mean, not to say that being progressive is what the way it is the way it should be, but it is. It should be like that. The millennials that are coming up now and the generation that's from a more prejudiced time is it's filtering out. It's getting better, everyone. Have faith. Have faith. It's getting better. And not to say that, the generation that believes otherwise is wrong or dying off. It's just we need to listen to each other, take a moment, and I have to get to work. Thank you all for listening to me ramble. I am definitely disheartened with what happened yesterday, and everyone that may have taken my post any kind of way. From God, I prayed about this last night. I do not want to be the type of person to judge anyone. Everyone, I want to give the benefit of the doubt that you do not know what you are saying, so I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe anyone chooses to be mean, especially if you say you're conservative and you believe in God. I really don't want to believe or want to think that you feel a certain kind of way about people of color. Like, that depresses me. I never knew it was this tragic until Trump, okay? Honest to God. Like, now that he's in office and now that I'm in Georgia, I am being enlightened. And it's scary. It's scary. It's really tragic. And I hope everyone becomes a little bit more enlightened. And I'm getting a little bit more emotional again because this it's scary, okay? And I'm seeing way too much. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I have a lot of work to do. And yeah. By the way, my credit went up. Everything is going very well. And like, I'm about to leave July. Okay? If anybody wants to take this place over, please contact me. All right? You don't even have to take it over for a year. Take it over for a couple of months. All right? Like, it's going to be, I'll share it for like $400 this month. And you could take it over for yourself, the entire apartment, July and August. And the rent here, which is phenomenal. It's $770 or $780 or something. And if you want to take it over, it's going to be $815. It's an amazing place. I love it. I've been here a year. And if you have MS, you would love it too. If you what is it? Like I said, there's like about 5-10, a lot of people. This particular apartment are people with disabilities and elderly, and it's populated primarily because there are elevators in the building. It's a 3-story building, so there are elevators in here. You know, I believe in Georgia, like, they don't need to put an elevator unless there's 3 floors. So anyway, like a lot of people here are in wheelchairs. It's accessible. My apartment has been renovated because the person that was here before, they were in like a wheelchair that was, you know, they needed to have bigger access. So my room is like modified for like a bigger wheelchair. So like I said, this place is amazing. If you're on disability, it's extremely affordable. It's what's that called? When you have a lower income, this is like low income housing. You could have like I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, there's housing, there's things, okay, like Section 8. Like, I don't have this, and this is like, it's disturbing to me because I'm like, oh my God, like, it's not that it's just Section 8, it's that, you know, I'm paying, and everybody in the building is paying like $200-300, and I'm like here paying like almost $800. So it's like, okay, I think I need to just like get focused. But I mean, not to say anything like that. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. They get to pay that. It's definitely good for people that are older. They're very sensitive to the fact that the population, when you're on disability, you don't have that much of an income. They also they would pay your light bill for the year. It's amazing. Like, I don't get these benefits, and it upsets me, or it did upset me, but you know what? This made me want to go ahead and do more with my life, because I'm not like constrained, because I know like there's so many things that you can't do when you're, I'm going on and on. All I'm saying is this is a beautiful place, and if you have a low income, this is perfect, because this what I'm paying here is what I paid in Sandy Springs, even more than I paid in Sandy Springs, at least the first year I was there. So it just goes to show that property is on the rise. This is why I need to get like a house or condo immediately, so I would just be paying the same price for like 30 years. Anyway, needless to say, I'm done. Have a good one, everyone.